about making mistake. Everyone is always afraid of making mistake, and when you make a mistake, it's not something that is pleasant. It's not something that you will be happy about. When you make mistake, you feel bad, you feel angry at yourself or whatever has made the mistake to occur. But can I tell you the positive side of making mistakes? When you make mistakes, you get stronger. When you make mistakes, you become wiser. When you make mistakes, you become an educator. What makes you fall today is not likely to make you fall tomorrow. When that thing is coming at you again, you feel like, oh, is it you? It's not new. I know how I overcome, and you know the taxes, you know the way out because you are once wounded. So you're not going to fall again. In most cases, when you see someone who is about to fall again as a result of what made you fail, when you see someone going in that direction, you are always wanting to tell the person, no, don't follow that route. Don't use that road. A lot of people don't want to make mistakes, including me. I don't want to make mistakes. Avoiding mistakes makes you remain stagnant because you're always cautious. You are not always wanting to attempt it. You're not always wanting to attempt a new height because of the fear of falling. Fear of mistakes makes someone stagnant. Fear of mistakes makes you remain limited. Because when you're afraid, you don't want to attempt this new level, you don't want to attempt this first, you don't want to put a first try. You're always cautious and fearful. I don't want to be a victim of error. I don't want to commit any error. I don't want to commit any mistakes. And you're being careful. You are avoiding everything that could make you fall. You are so cautious. You don't want to attempt it. Probably you've heard a story of someone who attempted it and they failed, or someone who attempted the height and they fell. So because of what you've heard, you don't want to attempt it. You're afraid. You don't want to make the mistake that somebody else made. It is good. Yes, it is good to learn from others' mistakes, but sometimes it is good to make your own mistake. That's why I said there are good mistakes. So those mistakes, they are good mistakes because it has a lot of benefit to you. It makes you attain some things that can be unattainable. Yes, because someone who has made a mistake or fell along the way, the person may not be able to go further because of that falling. But you are aware that that person has fallen. That should not make you get withdrawn, or should not make you lose it. You should be aware of the mistakes of the falling, then prepare and expect some unpleasant situations and be prepared, be strong to achieve that which seems to be unachievable. So there are some mistakes that add value to you. And you can't access those values if you did not make your own mistake. You are just aware that okay, this thing is this, but if you don't experience some of it, you cannot be who you ought to be. You cannot be aware of the things you are supposed to be aware of. You cannot be a source of inspiration to people you need to be. You cannot access those great things. Great things are on high places. So if you are afraid of falling, you're afraid of achieving heights, you may not be able to go far. Try to make your own good mistakes today. Try to fall, and when you fall, make sure you rise to continue. When you fall, you check what are the things that make me fall, what are the things I did not put right, which leg am I supposed to lift what? Okay, which one should I lift again? How many you check back and you take the next step. But don't let another person's mistake hinder you from attempting. There is something great there. Don't be limited, don't be hindered by somebody else's mistake. Make your own mistakes and learn from it. Don't be hindered. I pray the Lord help us. Make your own good mistakes